Hello, this is Matthew Perez, and this is my Week 3 discussion video in which I'll be analyzing different codes of ethics. In this presentation, I'll be discussing Riverside County's Code of Ethics, the Catholic Diocese of San Bernardino's Code of Ethics. I'll be comparing the two Code of Ethics, and then I'll apply those Code of Ethics to different ethical theories. So I work as a classified employee for the Riverside County Sheriff's Department. And on the Sheriff's Department's website, I was able to find a sworn code of ethics and a non-sworn code of ethics. Those are for staff that work in the corrections, but I couldn't find anything for classified. So I used the County of Riverside's code of ethics, and it had 14 values, and it had the values were pretty general based, broad, and what it's common values that you would see in a public sector field, and I couldn't help relate the 14 values to Henry Fayle's 14 principles of management, um, just because some of them were similar and they both had 14 items. In regards to the Catholic Code of Ethics, I was unable to find a Code of Ethics for Catholicism, so I decided to use the Catholic Diocese of San Bernardino website, and I found 4 core values that they offer. And these values was hospitality, faith sharing, reconciliation, and collaboration. And these values were pretty broad-based but welcoming, and also it didn't try not to exclude any Catholic from these core values. Now let's compare the County of Riverside Code of Ethics to the Catholic Diocese of San Bernardino Code of Ethics. And the first thing that's noticeable to me is how broad-based they are, and I feel like that's for them to try to make sure they don't exclude anybody, make sure they don't exclude any county workers or any Catholics who have practicing Catholics to have those values. And then, but also, I noticed out of the 14 values from the county, those were pretty similar to the 4 values from the diocese offered. For example, the county had a value of accountability, and while the diocese had a value of reconciliation. So to me, these two are similar because it holds the individual accountable. The second value that the county had was public awareness. And this, to me, was similar to the diocese value of collaborating, since it's both knowing what the public wants and helping them out. Another value that the county had was leadership, and this one was similar for me to the diocese value of faith sharing, because it's about not only knowing the knowledge, but having the desire to want to express the knowledge to others. And so those two values were similar to me. And then finally, the county had a value of concern for others, and the diocese had a value of hospitality. And so pretty much making somebody feel welcome is something that's big in the public sector and in the Catholic Church. And so those were some of the similarities that I found after reviewing the Code of Ethics from the county and the Diocese of San Bernardino. So now that after we compared the two different Code of Ethics, we can now apply the County of Riverside and Catholic Diocese of San Bernardino Code of Ethics to different ethical theories. So first, the County of Riverside Code of Ethics reminded me of Immanuel Kant's categorical imperative theory, since the 14 values were really broad-based. It should be common knowledge to anybody that's looking to work in the public sector that these are basic values that you should hold if you want to be in working with the public and public funds. Another theory that stuck out was John Stuart Mill's utilitarianism theory, because oftentimes if you know what the end result will be, it'll make you choose the right path. And so these 14 values that they offered if you want to if you want the outcome to have these 14 values, then you're gonna act ethically. So now if we move to the Catholic Diocese of San Bernardino's Code of Ethics, an obvious theory for me was the divine command theory, because the four values they listed is pretty much is something that God commanded from the Bible, is where they received that from. But also I can relate the utilitarianism theory as well to Catholic Diocese of San Bernardino's Code of Ethics, since these four values is something that some a Catholic would want to strive to obtain and to hold in order to become closer with God. Thank you for listening to my presentation. I wish you all a great week. And here's my list of references.